dating while healing, how to stay open without losing yourself. So if you're in a place where you have recognized that you have unhealthy patterns in your relationships and you're on this path of healing and that you want to attract a new healthy relationship, it's very, very likely that you're in the dating process going to be scared, terrified that you're going to do exactly the same. You're going to get into the exact same unhealthy dynamic, and this will make you close off. And that, of course, during dating is a problem, right? Because you got to open yourself to some degree. Otherwise, connection cannot develop. It's impossible. Someone cannot get to know you, right? So I was coaching this wonderful woman from Spain, and she basically said to me that she had a very intimate thing that she did not want to tell men as she was in the dating process. So she texted them, "Don't ask personal questions." And I said to her, I totally understand where you're coming from, and I think it's really good and totally right to have boundaries around this subject that you don't want to talk about. But if you tell them don't ask personal questions, first of all, you're not really going to attract the right man, because if I would read this, I would be like, okay, I really can't get to know you, so there's no point in going to the date. And of course, the conversation in the dates can never go to like any level where you can feel if there is a connection, right? So that was a classic case of someone being totally closed off because of past wounds. Instead, what I told her, just saying, hey, before the date, I just want to let you know that I'm not comfortable in the beginning to talking about this one subject, but otherwise I would love to, get to know each other. Very simple. And so for you, if you're in a similar boat, what you can do is you can use my very simple process of slowly establishing trust. So when you want to be really careful who you let into your life and you're still healing, the best way to do is to slowly test if you can trust the person you're dating. And that goes as follows. So you're on a date and you're chatting, and then you're gonna just first of all feel if you feel in general a sense of safety with that person. Do you feel like, oh, they're in general like a good person, I can trust them, and really feel into your gut instinct what it's saying. If so, then test with one small personal information, something a bit more vulnerable and intimate, but not too big. You could say, for example, something like, sometimes I feel a bit insecure about how about my job, and I'm sometimes feel like maybe my career is not going good enough. Something like this. And just see how they are reacting, and you have to choose what it is. If your career is a super vulnerable topic for you, don't do that, choose something that feels a little edgy, but not like super, vulnerable, intimate. And then just see how they're reacting. If their reaction is really positive and supportive, and they say, I know how you feel, this can be a subject that I also get insecure about, or wow, I can really imagine, how is that for you? Or even they could say, wow, I can understand you, but also just so you know, I think that's not such a big deal. If that reaction comes, then you can be like, okay, I think that was a good test. The first test, they passed, they are trustworthy. The next thing, you go a bit further and you tell them something that's a bit more vulnerable, a bit more deeper, and again, see how they react, right? And so, and also, if they don't react well, then you just pull back and maybe think about if they are a good person to date, or you do it a few times, and if always the reaction is negative, they are not a trustworthy person. So as you imagine, you're still taking some risks because you could still get hurt a bit, but mostly with this process, you can really see how someone is, and you do it in a very conscious way. So I hope this helps you, and I encourage you, open up, look, go for love. You so deserve it. And if you want support for this, check out my coaching programs, and otherwise you can also download my free ebook, The Secret Guide to Satisfying Relationships. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon.